Time for sleeping on the issues. This is Neutral Voices. We gon' deal with the issues.
Oh, we going all night.
Welcome to Neutral Voices, the place where your voice matters and ours too. So we better watch what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for being here tonight. So this is one of our awesome segments that connects right to our community.
Yes.
This is What's Going On,
What's
and
going
we like
on?
to
What's going
discuss.
on?
You know, we like to talk about relevant things that's going on in the community,
Yes.
but we like to go outside of it a little bit. So
Yes.
I like to call it the 80-20. So
Right.
we'll see.
80-20.
Maybe we'll go 80% local and 20% abroad,
We'll see.
or flip it. We don't know.
We
So
don't know.
just hang out with us, and don't forget to click like and share and subscribe to our YouTube page.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Okay, so listen. So last week we had good conversation.
Yes, we did.
It was some crazy conversation,
Right.
some hard conversation,
Right.
but that's what we do.
That's what we did.
Neutral Voices, we talk about the subjects and the topics that people just don't like to talk about
Right.
sometimes.
Right.
And so we talked about black on black
know
crime.
Yes.
why are men
And we hit that on all different angles.
Yes.
And so, you know, it just made me think about that when I was listening to the news
Yeah.
and hearing from some friends of some of the things that's going on in our community.
Yeah. It's real sad.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, our city suffered another violent weekend. We had
Yes.
one person stabbed and one person that was shot. Now, as you said last week, we talked about black on black crime, and I disputed the title of black on black crime, but I never did say or dispute the fact that we had black on black violence. People, we need to get this together. We really need to
Quickly.
figure this out and stop this, because we can't continue. I mean, we keep arguing and talking about other people causing our downfall. When are we going to stop causing our own downfall? We got to stop. We got to figure something out. Fast.
Some stats. One of my biggest things is where's the protest now?
You're right. Miss Jill talked about
I mean, that's the key thing. We got our young brothers dying in these streets.
Yeah.
Neighbors, people
yeah,
that are
people, you know,
known in the community.
Yeah, and it's crazy. We're not standing up for our own.
Well-
but as soon as if one of them was killed by a cop or something, we're trying to tear up the city or whatever. We need to tear up our own city to save our own lives.
I agree with that. Let's just stop putting them on T-shirts and
Yeah.
having balloon launches. Let's really do something to stop it to getting to that point.
But I'm just thinking about that, and no reason, I can't think of anything that's a good reason. So, not trying to find an excuse, but what could be so bad? Like, it makes me think about, I'm going to say like 1985, just going back to when I was in high school.
Right,
I know, just, give me a break.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
I was shortly
you
behind,
could-
so it wasn't that long ago.
Well, I'm just saying, people could fight. You could
Right.
be
Right.
at a gathering and you could have a disagreement and you
Right.
fight, you win, you lose, etc. You keep it
Well, see,
moving.
I mean,
You know?
Dr. V, I look at it like this. I mean, these young folks can't fight at this point.
yeah, but what are we
because-
calling young folks though?
I mean,
I'm just
you
saying.
you gotta look at the age of demographics that's actually that's being murdered, and it's basically like from 18 through 34,
Yeah.
and they wiping each other out. It's like it's a whole decade, a whole generation of young men and
Right.
women.
right.
Right.
Well, and that's why I'm saying, so just, I don't want to say young folk because
Right.
a lot of times we think teenagers, etc.
Right.
Early 20s, but I'm saying it just seems like it's just everybody.
It is.
It doesn't
It
matter
is.
if they get into a disagreement; it has to end in a murder.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to end.
It doesn't.
but
Right.
And that's
unfortunately-
what I'm saying. And so it's like this whole retaliation thing
Yeah.
and the vigilante. And then it's like, if I can't kill you, then I get to your cousin. And then it's like pop, pop, pop.
Right.
And I'm over here. And then,
My perspective is little to no value on life,
On
period.
life.
And not just the person
Yes.
that you are taking out. Because, in this case, you're taking out a father, a son, the
Yes.
list goes on. So you're not just taking that person out, you're taking every person that loves them out. You
Yeah.
have no
Yeah.
value for
Destroying
their
family.
life. Plus, you
Yes.
have no value for your own because now you're going to prison.
You-
So there goes your kid's
But,
life.
Hold on,
but
hold on.
wait, you
Wait
know
a
we
minute.
talked about the snitching part.
And
So
see,
a
that's-
lot of people not even gonna say
Well, see,
anything
that's
that
the
solid.
biggest thing. So, I mean, this is what I said. Why we not standing up and protesting for the 2 lives that was gone, that's been
Yes,
killed
yes.
this weekend. So at the end of the day, don't sit back and say, "Oh, that's my homie, that's my dog,"
Yeah.
and you know what happened, and you know
yeah.
who did it, and you're not gonna stand up. So don't sit there and say that's my dog. You know, R.I.P. Put him on a T-shirt. Don't
Absolutely.
even do that.
This is
Matter of
the
fact, don't
time.
even go to the funeral because evidently that cannot be your friend, that cannot be your dog, cannot be your homie if you know what's going on and you don't say nothing. You are not a
Preach, my
snitch.
brother, preach, my
You're not a snitch when you do that.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? You giving that family closure. So at the end of the day, if you're not gonna stand up and say nothing, don't even attend the man's funeral, the people's funeral. Don't put him on your T-shirt. Don't put no tattoo of his name or whatever all over him. Just
Right.
go on about your business because that
Right.
cannot be your friend.
Right. So it's almost like your silence is a crime.
It is.
It is.
It's our
That's the
Violence is
biggest
violence.
crime.
It's the
Absolutely.
biggest crime.
That's the biggest crime.
Yeah.
Your silence.
Because
Yeah.
somebody always knows. Somebody knows.
Somebody always knows, and then especially when you hear the different locations, you know that somebody's always there, somebody's always around. But you know, people quickly turn their head. I didn't see anything. I don't know anything. You know, and the only thing I'm saying is, if you do know something, think about that family, and you
Right,
need to
right.
speak up. And there's a way to speak up without speaking. You
Right.
don't have to use your voice. You can, if you don't want to be involved, you can write an anonymous letter or
Right.
something,
Any-
but
Somebody.
give somebody a lead so they know where to begin
Right, 'cause-
to look for these
So
people.
what would you want them to do if it were one of your
Your
own
family.
or your
Yes.
child or
Yeah.
your father?
Yes.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what we have to think of.
And so was this like in the same day we had a stabbing, we had shootings?
I think it was. They found the young man that was stabbed on Queen. I think they found him
Sunday.
early Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And the same. It was about maybe hours apart because I think it was at 5:30
That morning.
Sunday morning. They found a young man that was over on Hannah and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hannah and Oxford.
Yeah.
So I just say we need to figure something. What's going on? We need to figure something out here. You know, to
and you know,
get this to stop.
and you know what's really bad because there's so many other good things going on,
Yes.
even in those areas.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
You know, so I'm just saying, so you know, you have people out here trying to spread love, but then you have the other people that's running around here trying to figure out what they can destroy.
Yeah.
And I guess we live in a world where it's always going to be that.
Yes.
But
The devil is busy.
yes, but you need to speak up, and this
Yes.
is where your voice really does matter.
It does.
And
It
so,
does.
you know, so that was just one thing. I just had, you know,
We
my
had to get
heart
that,
was
yeah,
heavy,
yes.
and just thinking on that. Here we got families, you know, losing people from natural causes, but then you have these idiots,
Yes.
you know, and I'm just calling it what it is.
is what
That's
it
why-
You have these idiots out
That's
here
one
just
of the reasons why our
basically just throwing a bag of bullets and saying, you know, it don't even matter.
Right,
You
right.
know,
You're right,
so
you're
just
right.
and I understand why our teenagers saying they're just trying to survive.
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 And it's crazy. It should
crazy.
not
Yeah.
be
It
that
shouldn't be like
way.
that.
And then you know what? I get a text this morning, and you know, the text basically was saying for me to be on the lookout, don't try to help people. And so it was actually from my sister, and she said, you know, I just need you to know this because this is what's going on locally for females. They got young ladies walking up to you, and they will talk to you and tell you that they're in trouble and someone's trying to human traffic them, sex traffic them, but really they getting ready to set you up so the person can get you while you're trying to help them.
Right.
And so what she said to me was, what you're supposed to do is immediately tell them, I can't help you, but I'm calling the police. And you immediately call the police.
Right. Right.
And supposedly that is what's going to make them run away from you because they don't want to be in that area.
Yeah.
But you start calling the police. And so if you're that person that's out there trying to help people, because I'm guilty, I was actually trying to do it last night. Somebody had a flat. So she knows, but that could have been a setup too.
Right.
So beware because that is something that's going on locally and abroad. And it's not just about women. So listen, men, there's a lot of men coming up missing in Texas.
Right.
I don't know their race, so I can't, put that out there. But men,
Man.
period.
Yeah.
coming up missing. I'm telling you, these people want these organs.
Yeah.
They do.
You know,
so got to be
it's
alert.
it's good that you said that because locally as well, the Apple Glen Walmart, which is out west, several women have reported that there's been men following them throughout the store. The most recent one, this lady, she posted on Facebook, and she said how she saw the men in one aisle and she didn't pay any attention. Then she saw him in another aisle, didn't pay any attention. He was on his phone and everything. Then she kept noticing every aisle she was in that he was there. So you gotta be mindful. You gotta be vigilant. This is right here in Fort Wayne, Apple Glen, out west.
Yes.
So be careful. And it wasn't just one incident. It wasn't just two
And you're-
incidents. Yeah, I know
Worcester.
some people personally that
I
it
just-
happened to.
listen,
so
that's
I mean,
right.
it's not something I heard. This is something
That's
I
right.
personally know because I know two women that this happened to. So
Wow.
you just got to be mindful and you got to be
do.
careful.
Absolutely.
And I kind of got, I was just weirded out because my student was just sharing with me today, and she was explaining the story about how the guy was following her, and then she was at the gas station, and it was just on Coliseum. So this is not in a particular neighborhood and area.
Right.
So this is not a black thing, or a white thing. This is just human. Just as a human, it's a human situation. It's
Right,
for
right,
everybody, all ages. It doesn't matter, male, female, etc. Everybody has to be on alert. But she said that the guy he was walking past her window, like almost where he could touch it. And he was just looking at her as he was walking past. As she was sitting in her car, she said it scared her. Well, when she got ready to leave, he ended up getting in front of her car and like trying to wave her down. And so she just, she
the
felt
gas.
really, I know. And I just
the
thought about,
gas.
you know what? So what I thought about is how many times I feel like I need to get gas late
Yeah.
in the evening.
All the time.
Etc.
All
So,
the time.
so I'm just saying, so ladies, men, but teenagers, be aware.
Yes.
Make sure you get your gas at the safe time, and if you can have somebody with you when you're getting your gas, I would advise that too.
But
So
I
those
had a
are
piece
some of
of
the other
advice-
crazy
I
stuff.
got a piece of
going
advice
on.
locally that goes with that. You can get a free 5-year gun permit in the state of Indiana. All you got to do is apply for it if you're legally able to carry a gun.
Why you said free
Yeah,
5
it's
years?
free.
Oh, because you have to renew it every 5 years?
No, the 5-year one is free. It used to you had to pay for the 5 year. You still have to pay for the lifetime.
Oh, okay.
The 5-year in July they made it free. All you got to do is apply, and if you're able to carry a firearm in the state of Indiana, hey, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, get one.
If that's you, you can do it.
Get one.
Get one.
You know something? It's crazy when you get to the point at this time, you advising women to get guns,
Well, I know it.
and that's just.
You can get some mace or a taser if you want to.
I mean, I'm just
But
saying.
they too close to you then.
I was just going to say, but if I
But
have a
it's just-
taser in my hand, you got to get that close. I just want to throw
Right.
it at you.
Right.
Well, I
don't
mean,
wanna-
it's crazy. Like I said, it's unheard of. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It's
It-
unheard of when you telling a female, "Hey, go get a gun permit.
yeah.
Go get you a
It's
gun."
smart.
These
though.
are the times we
These
live
are
in.
Yeah,
They
the
are.
times we living in is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
right now.
Despite all of that,
Yeah.
though, Fort
Yeah.
Wayne,
I was going to say, and with
Considered-
all of
with
that,
all of that,
how do you get to this?
Yes,
Look,
so-
Jill, how do you get that out of what I just said?
somebody got it
come on.
somewhere because
Okay.
Fort Wayne is honored to be considered as a 2021 All-American City finalist.
Mm.
So we were the winner in 1983, 1998, and 2009.
And so we get ready to win again. Yeah.
How we,
Okay.
how-
That's okay.
well,
Who's voting is
Who
the
is
question.
voting?
What is the
I'm
criteria?
speechless.
And what is, yes, yes,
Right.
a lot of questions
What is the
about that.
criteria?
Well, I can
Not
say
saying Fort Wayne bad.
no, but I can say
It is what it is.
They're saying that more businesses coming to Fort Wayne.
Yeah, it is.
Sweetwater's hiring.
Yeah.
Amazon building a new hub and everything. So
Yes.
they're saying the jobs are plenty and they're happening.
Jobs are plenty.
Everybody's hiring.
Optimistics looking for
If they're not
stylists.
hiring today, they're hiring tomorrow.
looking for
Hey,
stylists.
you know the crazy part. I pass a business every day.
Yeah.
They have this big
sign.
sign
I see a lot of them.
saying hiring
Yes.
immediately,
Right
Yes.
now.
right now.
Right now.
So in other words,
Just
you
walk
can
in.
walk in and you might start working that night.
So don't that really make you wonder why you see so many people standing on the corners holding signs, especially now because there's so many
I mean,
jobs.
it's so many jobs, but it's.
Yeah.
I look at it now like this: if you're not working,
You don't want to.
you don't want to work.
There was
If
a
you're not
sign.
disabled.
I was gonna
I
say
mean, if you're not
unless
disabled.
unless
Well,
you
know
have
what I
a
mean.
mental illness, you're disabled, and you've been cast away. And then because I know some people like that too.
I do too.
So when the state facility closed, they just threw these
Yes,
people
yes.
away, and they had no place to go. And so that is an
If you're
exception to
able,
the
willing,
rule,
and
but that's
working
it.
person, able to work,
Yeah,
if you don't got a job somewhere,
Right.
yeah.
But before we get off this business, I'm looking dead in the camera. I hope y'all looking back at me right now. All y'all that got this money,
Uh-oh.
these PPP loans, all y'all that got this money, and y'all ain't got no businesses. And
Watch
I know
out.
I ain't speaking like I'm talking to y'all. Y'all ain't got no businesses. Before they come looking for you,
Don't say it.
I'm just saying.
You said they coming.
Before they come, I ain't say they coming yet, but before they come look for you, the Summit City Entrepreneur Enterprise District, the SEED.
Yeah.
They just graduated yesterday. They just graduated their 14th class, I believe. This is where they're taking businesses, new businesses, and business that's relaunching entrepreneurs. They're taking them through a training. They're giving them some kind of funding. You can start your business or you can relaunch your business. They
I
are
need to
taking.
go to that.
Yeah, they are taking applications right now. Their classes are on Tuesdays, but you can go to www.buildinstitutefortwayne.com or you can inquire at Ask Seed at the cityoffortwayne.org. So if you, before they come looking for you, and
But-
you didn't have a business when you got that money, go get your business.
So
long
you're
is the
saying if
class?
they've already got the loan, to go ahead and
I'm
get
not
your business
saying I'm
going?
not saying anything. I'm just saying.
I was getting
Hey,
ready to say.
I'm
Sounds
just
a
saying.
little-
Be
Listen.
smart about it.
how long is the
Be
class?
smart about it.
How long
Wait.
is the class?
It's I think 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Let-
And do
let
you
me
have
just-
to have a business already started, or
No.
can
No, you can be starting a business or relaunching. a
But
business.
let me just put this out there real quick since you scaring the people.
Hey, I ain't scaring them.
I just want to say this too, that I believe there's a certain time frame your business should have already been established.
But if you got
so,
that money
so
already,
listen, so
you put the cart
just
before the
keep
horse.
that thought in mind, okay? As you dig a little deeper, do your homework and read the fine print.
Yeah, put
So
something
I'll
in your mom
leave
in there so
it-
you have
Hey,
bill
does it-
money.
does it
I'll
cost?
leave it with that.
Does it
Put
cost?
something in your mom in there you have bill. No, it's a free course.
I might have to go do that myself.
You can't go. That's why I'm
Yeah,
still
you
sitting
can.
here. You here on Tuesday nights.
Uh,
I know. Don't come up missing.
uh,
If we vanish on a Tuesday,
You want to get that money?
E and I, we are at the seed
Yeah, go to the
program.
seed program.
We got the
No, it's
seed
okay.
program.
Listen, you're never too old,
Never
and
too
I
old.
can tell you, my business is never too old
No.
to reboot.
Relaunch.
and
Reboot.
You can
relaunch.
always
Relaunch.
rebrand
I'm
yourself.
actually in the process of that right now. So
I
so
need a
that's
booth.
awesome. That's an awesome program.
I need a booth.
So
Have a booth.
you can
You
sure
got a
get a
booth.
booth. Listen, so we have some other good stuff. So that's some good stuff about business.
Yes,
For sure.
yes.
Now, so what's going on with, I know with COVID, let's not just focus on COVID, but people are opening up. I heard
The 10 caps is
Listen.
rocking right now. So if y'all hear fireworks later on tonight,
oh yeah.
because they
Well,
after each game they do launch off fireworks.
Oh, the 10 caps. flying.
Yeah.
yeah.
So the 10
so
caps
don't get
started-
scared.
Don't get scared. They ain't shooting.
This is the first time they played.
Don't
since-
start ducking.
Yeah, this is their first time. This is their first game since 2019.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like so long
2019,
ago when you
it
said
does.
Hey,
Way
man,
back.
we missed a whole year of life.
Way back before 2020.
Yonder.
Oh my goodness. So
Hey, we
10
just
Caps
need to
playing
skip
right
over
now.
2020.
Okay, y'all, we need to start supporting the 10 Cap.
I've been
games.
there.
I go to a couple of games.
I'm just saying we need to do
Yeah.
that.
But I mean, you
know,
can't.
in our community.
No, if I don't go, if I'm not here on a Thursday night, I'm might
Okay.
be
we
down
go
to-
together or we don't go at all.
No.
we will
This sound like your
film.
mama.
I was gonna say
No.
we can film from the
Yeah, the
stadium.
stadium.
I don't want y'all
if that's
around
what
me
we
that
gotta
much.
do. Well, listen. Okay, so you just threw business away. So let me talk about this since you mentioned sports. So the NFL drafts when was that Thursday?
Yeah,
Started
you know,
Thursday and ended Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay, right. I was gonna say I didn't realize it actually goes so
Yeah,
long.
it's around
Yeah.
the day. It's 5 rounds that they televise.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So, I mean, were you guys pleased with it? Did anybody get picked that you were looking to get?
Well,
picked, or-
we got a local
Let's talk about that.
My man Ben from
talk
Notre
about
Dame,
that.
wasn't it?
Yeah, he went to Notre
Let's
Dame.
He went to
about
Notre
that.
Dame. He went to Homestead.
Yeah.
So we got a local prodigy that did
Yay.
that did get drafted to the
Congratulations.
LA Rams. So
Yeah,
you know,
Congratulations,
congrats,
family.
congratulations, young man.
Yes.
You stepped on the big field. Now let me see what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Okay, so that was good. Any
Yeah.
disappointments with the?
Man.
No, actually, you know something? My man
Who's that?
from Ohio State,
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. They projected him to do,
25th?
or second round.
Yeah,
My
he
man
went.
bust through the draft at number 11.
Yeah.
Now
but he went to Chicago.
he went to Chicago,
Oh.
but
Okay.
was
that an upset?
No, I just don't like Chicago.
Oh,
I'm
you
a
just
Vikings
don't-
fan.
okay.
Well, see,
Okay. All
well,
right.
it is an upset because now that they got a quarterback, they need to put somebody in front of you. And I'm not a Chicago Bear fan at all.
Man, I hate Chicago.
Chicago need to just throw themselves away.
I hate Chicago.
Wow.
I'm going on record. Whoever out there, I hate Chicago.
No, let's
Bears.
just.
They just need to throw themselves away. But I mean, my
Chicago
man,
has a lot of other bad stuff going on, so we need some good.
they need some good stuff.
Chicago.
But there was
It
something
would be good if they throw
interesting,
the Chicago Bears away.
though. Oh, my gracious.
All right, so much for the draft.
The draft, though, I mean, there's an important point I know that you want to bring up, Clarence, and I actually have a question about that. I mean, what was unique about this draft?
Well, Deion Sanders and
Oh,
being
hi, cousin.
having gone to HBCU, this is the first time in forever, 42 years, that not one HBCU player was drafted. They have been dwindling down. I think it was only 2 in the last 4 years. I mean, 4 in the last 2 years that were drafted.
Okay.
But the HBCUs, and that's where Deion Sanders is. Deion Sanders is saying that they are minimizing the athletic ability and a commercial appeal of HBCUs because they're not farming these children. He did it in a HBCU pro day, just
Okay.
like or combine, like they do the regular combine. He did one for the HBCU, but they didn't get anybody drafted. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not any HBCU players in the NFL, just none was drafted. So Deion has committed that his Jackson State Tigers will be a program that everybody will consider among other elite programs. Not only with Deion Sanders, Eddie George just became the head coach at Tennessee State.
Okay.
And it's rumored that Marshall Faulk will be the head coach of Southern University. So these are 3 Hall of Fame NFL players that are going to
Major
HBCUs.
HBCUs.
Therefore,
Okay.
that they're going to start recruiting, and
Yeah.
Deion is making money. He made a deal with Pepsi. So if you're
Yeah.
an HBCU, there's hope. But let's treat them fairly because they're just like any other
Absolutely.
university.
But I have a
Absolutely. I
question.
didn't realize that.
When I was researching this, because let's be real, I don't know a lot about the draft. So it said back like in the 60s, the late 60s. I mean, HBCU, they were drafted like crazy. So what is the difference? What is
Ooh,
it? I mean,
can I
you're
answer this
talking.
You saying what has changed?
You're
I'm
talking
gonna answer this
hundreds.
I'm
From
gonna answer.
hundreds in the 60s to now.
Right.
I'm gonna answer this question because back in the '60s, that's where all the black athletes went to. Now, when they realized these athletes was elite like they was, that's when these major white college universities
Yeah.
want to start recruiting, black students. Because at the end of the day, when you got a running back that can run a 4.2 in a 40, and your white running back can't even run a 5 in a 40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's we see the talent, we see it now.
Now
We need to take it from them.
So they get a pass. They get a.
Well, I
so
mean, the
it's
thing about it
privilege
is,
for
let
them.
me
And I-
let me
I-
let me
can I
take
answer
them.
that
Let me
question
take
too?
them from
That's what I'm saying.
from the HBCUs and bring
Okay.
them to us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you see the success rate, now we got to go in and infiltrate.
Gotcha.
And also with that is that the HBCUs don't have the exposure
Yep.
that every other one does. Like ESPN are just now starting to play HBCU games.
That's because of Deion.
Now, for years, you saw SEC, you saw the Pac-10, the Big Ten. You saw their games everywhere. Notre Dame, you know. So
Yes.
they weren't getting exposure. Where back in the 60s, they had to actually go see these people play. And
So
now
it's more or less the schools, not that they're not drafting black NFL players because 57.5%
No, they're not-
of the
it's
NFL
it's
players.
the
So
university.
it's the university
The
specifically.
HBCU, yes.
Okay.
The
That
organization of the HBCU.
clear.
No,
That makes sense.
Yeah, I
you said
see that.
57%.
57.5% as of 2020. That was last year.
62% of the NFL is black.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
It sounds like some. That
So
sounds
it's
like some
not the-
politics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
In
is.
there.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't get to watch that, but just a little different sport. The Kentucky Derby was going down,
Yeah.
and I sure hate I didn't get to go to
You
that.
ain't put no money down? Have you ever been?
I was gonna say I've never been, but I always want to wear one of those big.
I know, and be all fancy with one of those big
Yeah.
hats. Okay.
Yeah, and so that's
see
my
my
plan. I'm
face?
putting that on my to-do
You see my
list.
face?
I'm putting that on my to-do list.
Did you-
for
you see my
next
And I,
face?
this was the
Here
year
it is.
we said 2019,
Kentucky
2020.
Derby.
They ran it with empty stands last year. They ran a Kentucky Derby with empty stands last year. So
Yeah.
they finally let people back in and they ran the race.
Yeah.
But it's a good event. You should go. That is
I
one thing.
plan on it,
One
so.
thing in your life you should do. Go to Kentucky
Yes,
Derby.
sir, and have me some tea right before.
We're gonna do that.
But-
We're gonna do that. I
Y'all
got something for you.
Y'all gonna be the
Clarence.
first ladies?
What you got for me?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates?
Oh,
His
Lord,
marriage.
did
You saying his wife
Over.
about to be single?
Divorce. A divorce.
Oh, man.
Bill
Where's she
Gates.
at?
Bill
Where's she at?
Gates.
How old is
Where's
she?
she
Did
at? Where's she
How
at?
did we get all the way
Where's she
there?
at?
How old is
She
she?
got more money
Because
than
with
Oprah.
entertainment is Bill
She
Gates.
got more money than Oprah.
I'm like,
If she got more money than Oprah, have her call me.
everybody been talking about Bill Gates, and I'm trying to figure
Everybody.
out why.
Right.
You know what? And so, I said, so everybody all into this. Let me dig into this and find some dirt.
Yeah.
Because, if I got to talk about this, I can't talk about what everybody else talking about. Y'all
Laquita.
didn't know. But it was a side chick on there, involved. But wait, this was way back in 1970. This
And
is
now
like-
she divorcing him after
Wait a
27
minute.
years?
No, this is a side piece from 1970.
She had to wait for that to accumulate.
no,
though.
no, but seriously,
She wasn't a side piece for 7. She was a tag along.
Wait a minute. No.
That's her sister wife. And she been there since
Wait
back
a minute.
Extra.
No, the truth is, the other truth, what is it? The fake news? No, I don't know. But the rumor has it. How about like that? As
Yeah.
they say, allegedly, this old girl had been hanging around since 1970.
I'm saying.
And she kind of, just laid back, but she approved of him marrying old girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so, his wife, she approved of it. And
That's a
she was,
sister wife.
I was going to say, so she,
My-
she held,
I know his
her,
house.
Her
Hold
zone
on.
over
I
on
know
the
his
side.
house is big enough where he can have one on this side and one over
Yeah,
there.
that's too much for me.
Seriously.
That's too much for me.
Seriously.
No, I mean you gotta think about it. This man's house is
Shame on-
huge.
Soon to
Shame
be
on them.
ex Mrs. Gates.
I'm
You
just
can reach
saying.
me at 260.
So shame on everybody.
Yeah.
Bill Gates.
Player.
I'm
Bill
just saying.
Gates.
That's
You
his
have to build
name,
some
y'all.
gates
I was
for his
just
wife.
going to say, divorce is terrible for anybody, especially after 3 decades.
Man, 30. Man,
So-
she got, man.
I'm just
First and foremost,
Man,
if I'm married to you,
Microsoft stock. Hey, yo, call me.
hold on. If I was married for that long and had all that money, listen, it's to death do us. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
It's just it is.
No,
You
'cause
just
it's-
go do. You go do
at
what
some-
you want to do.
at
I'm
some
gonna go do
point.
what I want to
We don't
do.
even have to see each other at that
Hey,
point.
this is a business
It
arrangement at
is.
this point.
It's a whole business.
Well,
I'm
one
trying to
thing
get in
that's
that
good about
Well,
about
she-
the whole thing, they're
well, she-
still going to do business together. They're still going to
Well,
work.
here's the thing about
got a
it.
good
She
stock,
reached her retirement.
Right.
You
40
sound-
years. She get a gold
She
watch.
got her 30 years, so
I'm
she
getting
reached
no
her
watch.
retirement.
But I tell you what, and I'm saying, and a lot of times people have to, think through it and be smart about it. And so I think it's pretty smart for them to decide, well, hey, we're going to do business
Well,
together.
think
Because
about
that's a part that people don't understand.
That's because she gonna walk off
Listen,
with high.
it's okay, and I'm sure some of you agree, some of you disagree, but it's okay to still be friends with the person you divorced.
I agree with it.
I agree with you.
And so that's all I'm saying. So I think
I'm definitely gonna
I'm
be your
happy
friend. And you
about
walking
that.
with half of my fortune. We are the best of friends
Right,
still.
right. 'Cause
I mean,
need
we
to worry
finna
where
because I want my money back.
Well,
I want my money back.
okay, now why you feeling like that, and you want your money back? I got a question. This has nothing to do with money, but it just made me think about this particular thing. These people with the SpaceX. Well, first of all, they just got back. That was Sunday night. They landed. So, they did their thing. And they were saying that they hadn't landed nighttime since 1968, first of all, when they first took a trip around the moon. Okay, trivia. Do you guys know? Do any of you know what was the name of it that went around the moon the first time? What was it? What was the
Apollo
name?
13?
Apollo what?
Apollo 13?
This boy bad right here.
12.
Not 13, but it was Apollo 8.
Was it 8?
It was 8.
Was
So
that the
you
one
was
with the dog?
You was doing good though.
Was that the one with the dog?
I don't know who was all on there. You know if it was a dog, a
Yeah,
monkey.
They sent a dog, a monkey. Before they
I'm
sent
just
humans,
saying,
they sent
but-
dogs and monkeys too.
My question
But
is,
anyway, so this
I
is the first.
still don't believe.
But listen, but guess what? One of the things that's good, because you was talking about money, that's worth like 68 million frequent flyer miles.
Why would you come back after that, though?
How do you come
What
back?
you gonna do? Stay up there?
Yes.
You something.
Well, you a space. Look, hold
But
on.
guess what?
Hold
While
on.
you playing,
Hold
they
on.
got 4 people about to jet off and go
Wouldn't be me.
right now. So you can
Hey,
join with
this
no
is-
astronaut.
With nobody with exactly.
Have at
You're
it.
on your own.
She's a space cadet anyway. So
I get no higher than 200
I'm
feet.
driving
done.
the ship.
I'm just saying, but
You're gonna run
honestly,
into a cloud.
I know we wouldn't.
I would. No.
Now, okay, now would you do it though if they said when you go in return you would have
Doc V.
$50 million?
I won't fly to Indianapolis. What make you think I'm gonna go to Florida?
You scared?
Okay.
Man, I will not-
Clarence won't get
Hold
on
on,
the
hold on.
riverboat.
Hold on. You scared
I
of
said
heights
50
and needles?
million.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yep.
I won't fly. I will not fly.
Listen.
I will not fly.
$50
God did not
million.
give you the
Hey.
spirit of fear.
Hey, I'm about to marry Mrs. Gates, so I'm good.
Then how you gonna get to her?
Hey,
Well,
I can
you know
drive
what?
to Seattle. I know how to
but
get to
Clarence,
Seattle.
Listen, you know how you make me feel. Let me tell you.
Uh-oh.
You see this
Uh-oh.
board I got, this boogie board.
Uh-huh.
You make me feel like bending you over and being like that paddling principal.
In Florida.
Anybody see that?
While I tape it.
In Florida.
Why
you
in
know,
the world would the mother take the principal
Wait a minute.
paddling
Well,
Hold
the
on.
child?
Honestly-
if you think about it, I don't know if it was the mother that's taping it, but that's the
was
assumption.
the mother.
That's what I'm saying. But the mother, it doesn't seem like she spoke English. Because if you watch the interview after that, she spoke Spanish. So I don't know
So
what
she
the
didn't know.
understanding-
She didn't
I don't-
understand.
I
that
don't know if she understood what
I'm
was
about
going
to
on.
beat the child.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't understand.
Wow.
hold on.
I don't know.
No,
that's
I
something to look
honestly,
into.
I went to Ralph J. Bunch, Dr. Underwood.
Okay, come on, give it up.
He would have mass paddlings,
Okay, I heard that.
and
Back in the day,
Yeah,
back in the day,
he would
where
have
it was legal.
Oh yeah, and he had this paddle called Andre the Giant. So
Okay, so there we go.
I
was
mean,
gonna
at
ask
the
y'all
end of
how
the
y'all
day,
felt about it.
well, I mean, hey, Dr. Underwood didn't get in trouble. Why should she? I mean, you got to think about it. This dude had mass paddlings. He would ask the teacher to get the baddest kids in their class, and he would line them up across the gym in front of every student.
If he find out you telling this story right
Hey,
now,
He's probably gonna paddle you now. He probably
I'm just saying. And I mean, anybody that went to Ralph J. Bunch when I was there, they know I ain't telling no fib. And I
Okay.
know if he was here, he would say, yes, I did that.
But I bet it
Wow.
worked because when people see that going on, they're not going to do
I didn't have to
whatever.
do what Eric did.
Exactly.
Right.
You
I'm
remember
cool.
when your brother got a whooping and your dad, you told him, don't you ever do it again? You asked him what
Wow.
he did, so you knew not what to do?
Ever.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
You're like,
ever. I ain't
yep.
doing that.
I mean, honestly, I believe, and this is just me, if we had the same type of teachers that actually care for the students that we had growing up, I would not have a problem with paddling.
Well, I wouldn't either, because my mama with me.
I mean,
But-
I'm dead serious.
Wait,
Well-
It didn't work.
I got a different one.
Okay,
That's,
okay.
that's not paddling. Paddling. There was this teacher who's a state representative in Kansas that is charged with assault on a student because him and a student actually got into a physical altercation.
wow.
So
What's the moral of that story?
Well, he's a state representative, and they're asking him to resign his seat. First of all,
Yeah.
but secondly, is there's a difference between discipline and beating.
Absolutely.
I
there is.
want to make that distinction. Now, a paddling or a whooping, I can agree with, but a beating of a child and physically assaulting a child, and you're a
I'd
grown
like
man.
to know how people feel
I
about
don't agree
that.
with that.
If you don't mind leaving a comment, are you for
Bust 'em to the
paddling
white meat.
or absolutely not? I don't have children. I think I would say leave that to me. I'll deal with that when they get home. I don't need anybody else that don't have the same love that I have putting their hands on my child.
Right.
So, that's how I'm feeling right now. Again, I don't have children, but let us know how you feel and how.
I don't know.
In the
I
word-
don't know,
in the
'cause I'm-
words-
I'm that cat. Man, I take off my belt. I see a child.
don't
I'm like, where's my
know.
belt?
I
Man,
don't
I'm
know.
that one.
In
We
the
would have a
words-
problem.
Anybody's
I'm that
child.
one.
Anybody's
I'm
child.
In the
I'm
words
that
of
one.
Bernie
I'm
Mac.
that
I
one.
don't
In the
I'm
words,
that
in the
one.
words of Bernie Mac, I'm gonna bust him to the white meat.
Preach it, brother.
I'm gonna
Preach
bust
it,
him to the
brother.
white meat.
Preach it, brother.
Speaking of white
That's
meat,
pretty good.
chicken lovers are going to have to wing it through the great poultry crisis of 2021 because there
It's
is,
a short.
ladies and gentlemen, a chicken shortage.
Why no,
Chicken
when you
wings,
say
chicken
that.
wings,
Yep.
hot
That's
dogs
why
and
you better be
bologna.
careful when you order wings to make sure
You getting chicken?
You're getting
they're real.
wings.
Right.
That's why I don't
I'm
eat
just
chicken.
saying because
That's why I don't eat chicken.
yeah.
So in other words, now I'm gonna have to go and actually
Okay.
don't get the drumettes. I'm gonna have to go get the whole wing.
The
Right,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I don't eat chicken.
And some of these chicken pieces, if drumettes, whatever they are massive. And I'm just thinking, and tough. Seriously, I'm like, what kind of chicken? So
They
you
are.
better make sure
You must have went to
get-
churches lately.
No, it wasn't churches.
You're right though.
No,
Some
but
of them
it's
feel
some
like you're
shit-
gnawing on like a whole rotisserie
like it's
chicken.
something.
That's
Yeah,
'cause
I
it's
don't
not
know
cooked
what
all
it
the
is.
way.
I don't eat chicken, so
But-
therefore I'm out of this conversation.
And so let me tell you this.
And
Okay,
I'm a chicken
this has-
lover.
chicken wings became a thing when COVID-19 came on the scene. This girl is good.
Look at her, look
I
at
need
her.
to be on the flex.
Go
but
ahead.
listen, I just want to say this real quick. Jill, you like that, didn't you? So COVID.
I loved it.
Look at my
Well,
face.
listen, COVID, I just want y'all to know, because I know we talked about this vaccine, but COVID is actually down in
Yes.
23
Right.
states,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been over 100 million people vaccinated.
They say
So-
they're trying to get close
that's
to
a
that
good thing.
70% mass. What is it?
I
Herd
know,
immunity.
so we get
Herd
that herd
immunity.
immunity. I'm just saying, so it's getting there.
A lot of places are projecting to be fully back
Like,
open
open?
by July 1st, like Florida, Chicago,
Disney World is
Disney.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
Disneyland. Which
Disney-
one is it in California?
Disneyland.
Man.
I get mixed up. Okay.
Disneyland.
Well, they're open and
Yes.
ready to get that money.
Yeah.
So y'all
I
get
will
on
too.
up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything else y'all want to share? What's going on?
Well,
What's
before we
going
get out of
on?
here, a few things entertainment wise, and this
Okay.
is robbery. I'm talking about in the entertainment business. Has anybody seen the Netflix show or movie? It's called Distant Strangers.
No.
No.
This is strange.
Distant Strangers. Well, the premise of this movie is there's a black man, and if y'all remember the Bill Murray movie Groundhog's Day, he lives the
Oh,
day
yeah.
over and over and over again to figure out interactions between he has an altercation with different races and the police. So this movie, Netflix has made a lot of money off this movie, but they stole this movie.
Oh.
There's a young lady, she's a director, and I didn't get her name, but in 2016, she put out a movie called Groundhog's Day for a Black Man, and it's the same premise.
Okay.
And this website what is it called? I'm sorry. Now This is the website. Now This is the website. They posted it. It went viral. And this movie company, Netflix, whoever they bought the movie company, they ended up having, everything. And they stole this woman movie. So we'll be seeing what comes out
See,
of that.
I was going to say, yeah, so we'll have to hear more about that.
And one more thing before we get out of here. Now, I don't know. I'm in the music, and I don't know if anybody knows
course we love music.
about the music business.
We all love
Now, DJ Quick was seen on his Instagram Live
DJ Quick.
burning a check from Death Row for his royalties.
Oh, man.
He didn't show the amount, but he said it was not what he was worth. He said he spent so much time at Death Row, and they didn't pay him. I mean, he produced for Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre,
R. Kelly.
R.
Just a whole
Kelly.
bunch of
The
people.
list goes
The
on
list
and
goes
on.
DJ Quick has been a background
I
producer
know.
in many
Yeah.
times. One of my favorite producers, I must say
Yeah.
that. But what I'm saying is, I say this to a lot of people. When you go into business, make sure you're reading what you're signing. Or if you don't know what you're signing, have somebody
Yeah.
read it for you. We leave too much money out there on the table by not knowing.
By not
Ignorance
knowing. That's
ignorance
so
is our
true.
detriment. So
That is so
if
true.
you don't know, find somebody to know. Don't leave your money on the table because I'm not. I'm getting every dime. I'm getting every
getting
dime.
every dime.
I'm
Agree
getting
with
every
that.
dime. You
Well-
see, Jay-Z just sold Tidal for what, 350 million?
Yeah. And you know the funny part about it. I'm a Jay-Z Nas
What's this,
fan.
Jay-Z? Okay.
I'm a Jay-Z and Nas fan.
Yeah.
They just dropped one of the hottest joints. it exploded.
Yeah.
That
What's
song.
the name of it?
Sorry but not sorry.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Oh,
Man, if y'all ain't seen that crap,
sorry,
hey,
but not
You see,
sorry.
you
We
see,
gonna have
Nas
to
said
check
Jay-Z
that out.
made him go back and
Wait,
listen
is
to
it clean?
Yeah.
Is it clean?
yeah.
Okay.
Nas said Jay-Z made
You
him
can
go back
promote
to.
that. Do we have a comment right
My
here?
boy Harv.
Yeah,
What's
this
up with you,
Harvest.
Harvest?
Hi, Harvest.
Hey, I need a haircut.
Yeah, that's,
What's up?
this is a good one to close. I mean, fellas, these streets not playing fair. Go home, be with your family, or start one. Start taking trips with your boys. Take your children out of town. Give your woman the attention and energy she deserves.
Come on.
The-
Ooh, we got to bring that
The
back.
jails and graves are not ready for you. The-
Wow, that's crazy.
The comment vanished. Here
We
it
hear
comes
come
back.
The jails and graves have enough bodies. Go home. You don't owe nothing to these streets, but everybody you owe something to is at home. Praying you make it safe.
Right.
Go home.
Wow.
Harv.
Thank you, Harvest.
Harvest.
That is so
Man, to be so
awesome.
short, you was deep.
I don't know Harvest.
I won't
but
let him
Harvest,
come for you. I
hold
get
you
him.
while
I
you-
get him.
I
Don't worry
get it. I
about
don't
it.
know
Hey.
Harvest, but I got you. I got
Hey,
you.
if
That-
Harvest
Harv,
is
if
the
Harv
man.
watching, if Harv, he already know how me and him. He was my barber ever since I was
Yeah.
15 years old.
Look, big
and
things come in small packages.
But
That's
he
all
just,
I can tell
I mean, he
you.
needed a
Powerful.
step stool to cut my hair. But I love you, Harv. You my
Oh.
man. 50 grand and all.
But, you know,
Yeah.
That's
That's awesome. Thank
perfect.
you.
Hey,
for
that's
that.
the
I
purpose
normally-
way to
I
end.
normally end, but I think we should end on that and go with that.
Just
Yes,
go
go.
home.
Value is
home.
not in the streets.
Yes.
The value is the people that are around.
Right
you.
there in
Get-
the house.
Hey, we got to figure out something. Not only black men, but black women, the black community. We need to stop this. We need to find a
Yes.
way to stop this. The only way we can fix it is we fix it ourselves. And I'm not going to take anything from Harvest. Hey, he said a lot right
He
there.
said
He
it.
closed
That was it.
The
That
doors
was
of the church is
beautiful.
open.
And you know what? He's not just talking it because I know him personally and how he loves his family, his wife,
Yes.
his daughter, and all of them. And so thank you for sharing that. And thank you guys for tuning in. And we will hopefully see you back here tomorrow for.
We got Wednesday Night Live.
Wednesday
I was
Night
gonna say,
Live.
I know, but I wanted y'all to do
Yeah,
our thing
yeah.
for our lives.
Yeah, well, our live said
So
But just in case I ain't here,
Look,
Mrs.
you-
Gates called me. I'm gonna put that out. If I ain't here tomorrow,
Please
I'm
join
in
us.
Seattle.
I'm going with you.
I'll be on the ship.
this is
Hey,
and has
can-
been
can we
Neutral
be brothers?
Voices
Brother
Brother
husband.
husband.
with what's going on. And we are so happy that you have been hanging out with us, and we will see you soon. Thank you.